Dear students, welcome to DAV Sri Vishnu Vidyaniketan's online classes. My name is Megasham and I am dealing 8th class physical science. Today we are going to discuss about the lesson reflection of light by plane surfaces. So let us move on. Let us go with the terminology reflection of light. The process of bouncing back of light rays which surface of object is called reflection of light. So let us take an example of a ball, rubber ball. If you throw it on the wall, it will get back to us, means it bounces back. Likewise, light rays also, when they fall on an object, opaque object, it will bounce back. So they will get bounced back. The phenomenon of this bouncing back of light rays when they strike a surface is known as reflection of light. Now let us, this is the surface, opaque surface, and this is the normal, and so when light rays come and fall, so they are coming from the object and they are incident on the surface, hence these are called incident rays. Now whenever they strike this, they will bounce it back. So this is called reflection, hence the rays are called reflected rays. So example, generally used mirrors, our dressing room mirrors, salon mirrors all are doing the same things, or a shiny surface, any shiny surface, if you torch a light, then this beam will be shown somewhere on the top. So everybody you expect. Number of rays, light rays are very important. So if a single ray is concerned, it is called as light ray. If there are number of parallel rays are there, then we call them as beam. Let us see here. Yes, that is single light ray, and if there are more than one parallel ray, they are called as beam of light rays. Recapitulation from 6th and 7th class. Yes, a source of light, an opaque object and a screen are need to form a shadow. So in the 6th class we said what are the requirements for the formation of shadow. Yes, there are 3 objects. They are a source of light, here in the example battery. Second one, an opaque object, we have a red color water bottle, and third one, a screen should be there. If these 3 are in this order, then we will get a shadow of the object. Now light travels in a straight line. So for this we have a small activity. In this activity, lit up a candle and try to watch the flame through a straight pipe. So when you are using straight pipe, it is very visible the flame. Now take the bent pipe, then try to see from that. You can see the light, but you cannot see the flame directly. So means for this activity proves that light always travels in straight path only. Now first law of reflection, when gets reflected from the surface, the angle of incidence is equals to the angle of reflection. This is known as first law of reflection. This is the surface of an object, and black color dotted line represents the normal to the surface. Normal means perpendicular to the surface. Now a light ray is coming from the object and incident on the mirror or object. Now this is called incident ray. What happened? It will get reflected, and this is called reflected ray. Now the angle between the normal and the incident ray is called angle of incidence. The angle between the normal and incident ray is called angle of incidence, angle I. And the angle between normal and reflected ray is called angle of reflection, angle R. So according to first law of reflection, angle I is always equals to the angle R, means angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Second law of reflection, the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. This is known as plane of reflection. So this is second law of reflection. So these are the questions that we are going to answer by reading this chapter. So how can we get the image of a big building in a small mirror? Can we get the image formed by a plane mirror on a screen? Why is there right and left inversion, means lateral inversion, when we look into a mirror? So why the angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection when reflection happens? These are the basic questions, these are the motto of this lesson. So for this we have an activity, formation of image by a pinhole camera. Already pinhole camera we did in the 6th class itself. So ray diagram for pinhole camera. So this is the pinhole camera ray diagram, where the white color box is representing the pinhole camera in this picture, and a tree, if you watch a tree through the pinhole camera, an inverted small image of tree will be visible, and it is very clear. Here the condition is there. Now draw the ray diagram of pinhole camera when the pin is big. If the hole is very big, then what happened? Yes, this is the, what happened? Two rays are coming from the same point, so that we will get one image overlap with the other, and if all the points are like this, we get fuzzy image or blur image. We get blur image of tree is formed when the pinhole is big in a pinhole camera. Now activity 2, this is as early as possible game, so a bird can play it. Let us have what are the requirements. A bird should start at A and take a grain on the ground and reach the point. Let us start a bird, yes, point A and point B. These are the food grains at C, D, E, F. So now it will go anyway. A bird is there, yes, it is moving, and yes, this is the ray ACB. ACB is the path of first guy. So now it goes to point B and again go. This is the path of the ADB. Similarly, the path of C, and this is the path of D. So now if you see all the things, yes, these are the path 4 paths that has taken by the bird. Now it is as early as possible game, the shortest distance we need to find, so that we can get the answer for this. Now if you do the so, it is not possible for us because all seems to be the same, so that's why we will get a reflected point of B as G and we make it straight. Now it is somewhat easy for us to find the shortest path. Check ACG, AFG, ADG and AEG, and in all these 4, maybe AEG is a straight path, looking like a straight path, remaining all are bending paths. For bending it takes more distance, and for a straight path it takes the less time. So that's why it will select ADG. Now the bird selects the least time to travel, hence like this, like that. Okay, as like the bird, light also select the path which took less time, and this principle is called Fermat's principle. Now this is the path of the bird. So when you check the path, so what happened here is, take the normal, that is the dotted line normal N, E dash is the normal, because the grain is at E. So that's why we have written E dash. If you check the angle between AE and EE dash, so consider the bird as light ray. Now is the incident light, EB is the reflected light. So now the angle between normal and angle of incidence is I, and the angle between normal and reflected ray is R. And we have did so many, okay na? After doing so many experiments like this, we conclude that shortest path always, whenever the angles are equal, that will become the shortest path, so which take less time. So from this we can prove that angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. One of our 4 questions will be answered now, why it is always equals. Now moving on, plane mirror. So yes, a boy is there looking at the mirror, and he is looking at his face, and how mirror is showing my image, that is the main doubt I got. Second one, what is inside the mirror? So it is showing something, means is there any magic inside the mirror? So these are the 2 questions. Let it be the mirror. So if you open the layers, yes, it contains 3 layers. So let us see what are they. Yes, there are 3 layers we have, and the first and foremost layer is nothing but the glass plate, transparent glass plate. Second one, a silver layer or an aluminium layer. And third one, yes, it is a red paint which is used to protect the silver layer or aluminum layer which is plated over the glass plate. So means a mirror is made up of 3 layers. Okay, plane mirror is made by depositing a silver layer on one side of the glass plate, and then the silver layer is protected by the red paint. We have 3 layers: transparent glass plate, next silver layer, and then a paint. Now we said aluminum also, okay na? So why silver is selected, not gold? Simple, silver metal is one of the best reflectors of light, so that's why that has been taken. Now, but nowadays, instead of silver, as it is costly, a thin layer of aluminum is used to deposit on glass plates, because aluminum is also a good reflector and it is available much cheaper than silver. So cost is less. So that's why aluminum is also preferred. So that's why mirrors are available from 10 rupees onwards. Okay. Hence, a thin layer of silver or aluminum is a reflecting surface on the back side of the mirror. Okay. Representation of mirror in the ray diagram. Yes, this is the mirror, and front side is reflected surface and back side is coated surface, because back side of the mirror is coated with the silver or aluminum layer. A paint is coated to protect it. So that is the representation of the mirror. A straight line and a cross lines are there. Straight line always represents the reflected surface, and cross lines always represents the coated surface. Plane of reflection is the plane in which the incident ray, reflected ray, and normal lie is called plane of reflection. So this is plane of reflection. So this is the part 1, students. I hope you understood. Thank you very much.